It's your girl, Lady Mocha. And you know I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth, and I'm going to always break you off with a slice of knowledge. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing, family? It is your girl, your diva and knowledge, Lady Mocha. Represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where you know I'm going to always serve you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. I know most of y'all probably have not heard about this, but in case you haven't heard, there's a video going viral about a man who was recording a video of himself giving the supposed to be mother of his child a present. So he hands the woman the gift bag, and like any other woman would be, she was very happy, ecstatic, and surprised by the wonderful, thoughtful gesture. As soon as she opened the bag, there's another bag after another gift bag, and she replies she hopes she's getting the necklace she wanted. She then opens another gift bag, hoping it's tickets to a getaway trip. Then she gets to the last gift bag, and there's a stack of folded papers in the last bag. When she opens the folded papers, she realizes it's a DNA test that shows the man she's been in a relationship with the whole time is not the father of the child. The man confronts her about the child not being his, and with no hesitation, he tells her that she needs to get out of the house and take her child with her. And all of a sudden, she goes from this overly excited girlfriend to the totally shocked and remorseful. But baby, she is your child. She's the only father you know. Well, guess what? I'm going to let y'all view that beautiful Veen footage for yourself. So I'm going to let you go ahead and check this out. And I will be right back with the rest of my commentary.
What are you doing?
I'm recording you.
I see that. Did you put her to sleep?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Good. She had such a great birthday.
She did.
You're such a great dad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not done passing out gifts either.
A gift for me? Vernon, you didn't have to do that. It's not my birthday.
You're such a great mom.
Oh, thank you.
I had to.
It's heavy. Ooh, I'm excited.
You're gonna love it.
What is it?
Open it up.
Oh my God, you are such an amazing man, I tell you.
Open it up, man.
Is it Valentine's Day all over again? Oh my God. Ooh, it's that kind of night, ain't it? My favorite wine? Oh my God. You are one silly man, I tell you.
Open it up.
Oh my God, what is this? Oh man. Duct tape, really?
They ran out.
You're such an amazing
They
rapper.
ran out. I'm sorry.
An envelope? What could this be? What could this be? It's not shaking. It's not my necklace, I don't think. Let's open this up. Ooh, it feels kind of thick, okay? Hold on, it may be. Maybe. Pape? This better be a ticket to Dubai for 2 weeks straight, round trip. Because you know I've been wanting to go to Dubai.
Open it up. Yeah, read it.
What is this?
You know what it is? I just want you to know that I know. Nevaeh is not mine. She's not my daughter.
Why did you do this tonight out of all nights? Why?
Because I wanted you to know that I know Nevaeh is not mine. I've had doubts.
What
So I went
doubts?
that DNA test. Nevaeh is not mine. She's not my daughter.
Why would you do this? She loves you though. Why would you do this?
She's not my daughter. Why would you do this? Why would you cheat?
I didn't cheat.
Why would you cheat on me?
I didn't.
That's proof right there. DNA test. Nevaeh is not my daughter.
Oh, babe, really? Out of all days, you had 3 years to give this to me. Now you want to give this to me?
All right, well, listen. You and Nevaeh got to the end of the month to get out of my house.
You're kidding, right?
I'm not kidding.
But that's your
and
daughter.
your daughter had to the end of the month to get out of my house.
But that's
Kelly.
your daughter.
It's not my daughter, Kelly.
Yes, it is.
The paperwork says it's not my daughter.
Why would you do this?
I am not the father.
No. Stop, babe. Can we just talk? Get the camera on my face. Can we just talk? Get it out.
Now, after y'all have just witnessed this video, when this video went viral, a lot of women went to commenting on this video. And of course, most of them was co-signing on this broad's shenanigans and jumping to her defense by saying, but you know what? The child didn't have anything to do with it. Why would he put a woman and her child out in the streets? Of course, all of these women went to empathizing and sympathizing with her automatically. And who did? Nevertheless, black women, okay? They was the main ones co-signing, totally overlooking the fact that this woman lied to this man. It's always us, we as black women, that are always sympathizing and empathizing when these women who pull stunts like this deceive a man and ruin a child's future. Now, I find it ironic how upset everyone was with the man. And it was mostly the women that was upset with him. Like, why would he record something like that? You know, why he didn't discuss that with her in private? You know, all of these women was trying to reason with her. And they were basically siding with her, overlooking the whole fact that she basically lied to this man. She deceived him. All of the women went comment on the video, telling the man how he was wrong for wanting to get rid of the child and the woman. The women in the comments mostly just kept saying the same thing over and over. You know, it's not the child's fault. You know, after 3 years, he is the only father she knows. You know, why would he just want to get rid of her like that? And I will say this, I do agree. I agree that it is not the child's fault. That's the only comment I agree with. However, but guess what? It's her mother's fault. It's not the child's fault. It's the mother's fault. Because she deceived this man into believing he was the child's father. When are women going to realize you paid a price for living these type of lies? Eventually, lies come back to haunt you. As the saying goes, what's done in the dark will eventually be brought in the light. She cheated her daughter from the start by having unprotected sex with another man, knowing she was in a relationship. Yes, it's not the child's fault, but it's also not the man's fault who she deceived into believing was the child's father. Evidently, he did his part. He took care of her, provided for her, raised the child for 3 years in his home, and this is how she repays him. So I'm not understanding why all of these women is gunning for this man and trying to make him out to be the bad dude, to be the villain. Like, how dare he record her and humiliate her? You women sound ridiculous, and this is the reason why there's so much fuckery that continues to keep progressing in the black community for black women. This is why we cannot grow. This is why we can't get ahead. This is why we can not live a better life, because we want to keep co-signing on fuckery, basically. I'm tired of women using the excuse that it's not the child's father to make him held accountable for another man's responsibilities. Many men have done this, have also paid the price. I've known men who have stepped up only to get crushed. R&B singer Neo took care of a child that wasn't his, and even when he proved it to the courts, the state still held him accountable and made him financially obligated to take care of the illegitimate child anyway. Plus, she stripped him of the rights as the father. Even though he was proven not to be the father, the ungrateful woman still was taking child support payments. It didn't make her more appreciative that Neo was being the step up dad. That's the chance some of these dudes take, being the step up daddy. Many have gotten played by the system and taken advantage of by the mother. The system will get anyone they can to take care of these children because, as far as the system is concerned, that's one less child the state has to feed. And if they could pin that child off on somebody else, that's what they're going to do. Um, Women really need to stop sympathizing with the mother when she was the one who caused the chaos by being deceitful and a habitual liar. Any woman that can carry a child for 9 months, knowing there's a possibility another man could be the father because she was playing with another man's penis, is a habitual liar. I don't care what anybody has to say about it. It takes nerves of steel to carry a lie like that and then not eat your conscience up. And there's women that live like this every day. It's a woman somewhere right now who knows in her heart the child her man is taking care of, it does not belong to him. And she's not going to tell him that. She's going to carry that lie with her to the grave. Okay? And it's a sad situation that this child has to be taken out of her element over a bold-faced lie. Ironically, then she had the audacity to question him by asking, why is he saying something about it 3 years later? Maybe he tried to give some time and thinking, okay, maybe eventually this child won't look like me. Maybe right now the child doesn't look like me. Or maybe it's in my head. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe he didn't want to test the child right away because he didn't want to believe that. Maybe he had got attached to the child and it was a part of him that probably did not want to know. But as time went on, probably the child, as she got older, he was noticing the child wasn't looking anything like him or wouldn't resemble anybody in his family. Something triggered him. Maybe somebody whispered something to him. Maybe somebody blew up a spot. There's several reasons probably why he did not test his child right away. My question to you, dear, is how are you going to question him about why he's just now, testing the child after 3 years? My thing is how you sat there carrying the child all those months, 9 months, knowing you had another penis. She doesn't need to be asking any goddamn questions. If anything, she owes a lot of goddamn answers because why would you hurt a man or hurt your child that you claim you love so much like that? Also, she sits up there and she goes, babe, can we talk? Could you start recording? Can we talk? Now you want to talk 3 years later? You should have been talked about this the moment you conceived with that child. You knew you had another penis, sis. You knew you had another penis. All right? Now you want to talk to this man. Had he not brought this DNA test result to you, you wouldn't have said a goddamn thing. You would have kept living that lie. You would have took that lie to your grave. And that's what I'm saying. Why are we as women, why are we not proactive at protecting ourselves from the start? Okay? If you know you flip-flop and you're dealing with more than one guy, use some protection until you figure out, okay, this is the man I want to be with. You know you're going to be with that man. You're in a relationship. Okay, then you may not have to use protection if you and the guy are in a relationship and y'all are together. But if you know you are basically penis hopping, you going from one penis to the next, you need to cover yourself because you could very well end up in this kind of situation. It's too late to explain then after damage is done. Now you want to talk. What can she possibly say to this man that make him see her any different? What explanation, what excuse can she come up with? Oh, I was drunk. Oh, babe, well, I thought the child was yours. She looked more like you. There's nothing she can say to justify her whorish actions at this point in time. I've seen women on paternity court wait till their children get damn near grown to want to test the child's father. I don't like, why wait until your child is over 18 to see who their biological father is? And it's the same tired excuse time after time. I only been with one guy, so I know he's the father. I haven't slept with anyone else but him. Some women lie so much they believe in their own lies. And the reason so many women pull this stunt, just like this chick in this video did, is because because they want the man to get attached to the child, basically. They want the man to get attached to the child, hoping that eventually, if he were to ever find out, he will become so attached to the child that he'll just simply forgive the mother and, step up and be the father anyway to the child. Many guys have done this. And if it's not a simp mood, I don't know what is. So, in my opinion, was the guy wrong for putting the child and her mother out of the home? Was he wrong? My answer is no, he wasn't. He had every right. One person I can't stand is a liar. And you're not going to use a child as a pass to get off on being deceitful and lying. Now, what I hope is that he at least, this is what I hope he at least did. I hope the gentleman at least called her an Uber or a Lyft to make sure the child and the mother left from the home safely. Because if something were to happen to the woman and the child, and because he just randomly threw them out, without making sure that at least left straight and something happens, that's going to be on his conscience. Other than that, he was not wrong for what he did. Absolutely not. Stop lying to these men and getting them attached to these children, can possibly not be theirs. It may backfire just like it did in this case. He may say, oh, hell no. I know it's not the child's fault, but guess what? It's not my fault either. You both got to go. You play stupid games. You end up with stupid prizes. Find your real baby daddy, sis. She lied to this man. So she gonna have to deal with the cards that she done been dealt. Now, I look at this woman. She's an attractive woman. And it just goes to show you guys, because a lot of you guys, y'all so hooked on looks, y'all so color struck, because she's pretty, she's light skinned, got her own hair, and got all of this going on. But guess what? She's a fake bitch underneath all of that because she lied to this guy. She deceived him. So, gentlemen, don't get so hooked on a woman's physical attributes, because it could be other things about her that are very false, that are very misleading. And it's unfortunate that a woman that beautiful will have to stoop this low, you know what I'm saying, by lying to this man and making him believe that he's the father of her child. She would have been better off just being honest and telling him up front, hey, I'm not really sure if this is your child or not, but I would prefer for you to be the father. And guess what? If he says no, I'm not trying to take over and be another man, and be a child, a father to a child that's not mine. Guess what? That's his right to decide that. But at least give him that right to decide, because who's to say he probably would have been acceptable to just being a stepdad. Like, okay, I'm not going to put my name on no birth certificate. I'm not going to make myself financially obligated, but I will be there for the child, being that we in a relationship together. She don't know. It could have possibly worked out if actually she would have been honest. But you got to realize, y'all looking at the baby, y'all thinking about the child. This woman is a liar. She lied to him. And y'all, it would take you to have to be in his situation to understand that. Ain't no telling how many times she probably told him, oh, our daughter looks just like you. Ain't no telling how far she really went with trying to convince this man this was his child. And the main thing that I'm displeased with is how all of these sisters, y'all was the main ones in the chat room co-signing this fuckery shenanigans. And we do it all the time. She, let me tell you something, ladies. She doesn't get a pass because she's a mother. Okay? All right? She lied to him, and she wasn't even woman enough to tell him the truth. Who's to say he still wouldn't have been there had she just been honest? He might would have been hurt about it, but he probably would have accepted the child. But when you are lied to by someone and they violate your trust, it makes you lose all respect for them. And unless you have been there, it's easy for you to say what somebody should or shouldn't do when it comes to being lied to. Another question. Why do we as women only feel bad after the fact once your child has been denied of having a father? I'm not understanding women who put themselves in a situation. Do you not think of the consequences before you pulled your panties down and decided to go raw? Did you not think then, let me wear some protection because this dude may go ghost on me if I get pregnant from him. This dude may not be a man that's willing to be a father of my child. Evidently, she must have known she must let me see because I'm looking at my notes. She must be knew the real baby daddy was a builder bum. Basically, she had to know he was a builder bum. That's why she pinned it off on this man, because he has everything the real pappy doesn't have, evidently. Because I feel like if the biological father had everything good going for himself, or he was what she expected him to be, she wouldn't have had to take it this far by pinning this child off on a whole other man. What it is, this man has the house, the stability, which is why she deceived this man into thinking the child belonged to him. If the real pappy was about something, she would have to go this far to get this other dude to step in his place, especially by being manipulative about it. She didn't give this man a fair opportunity to decide if he wanted to be a father to this child or not. And unfortunately, it came back to haunt her. That's why it's better to go ahead and tell the truth, get it over with. That way, you don't end up in situations like this, because at this point, she really cannot get mad with him. And now she's pleading and crying, but you the only child. You're the only father she knows. She doesn't know anybody else. That's your bad. That's not his bad. That's your bad. You're going to have to explain that to this child. You're going to have to explain to this child on y'all Uber drive when you pull out his driveway or whatever, with a little bit of things you can with it, whatever. You're going to have to be the one to explain that to him. Babe, honey, I'm sorry. I put us in this predicament. I deceived your supposedly father into believing you was his child. But you know what? She's not going to do that. Most of us, as black women, we never tell the truth to our children, because we don't want to look bad. We don't want to look like the irresponsible person. It has been many women who would just sit up there and lie and put it on the father and say, oh, he just didn't want you. Oh, he just didn't love you. He didn't care about you. That's why he put us out in the streets. 9 times out of 10, she's probably going to do the same thing. She's not going to be honest and tell her daughter, hey, I lied. I lied to that man. I made him believe you was his child. He found out you wasn't. So I'm the reason I got you in this predicament. I don't know too many black women that are going to say that. I don't know too many of them that are going to do it. I just haven't heard it yet. I have not heard one who has messed up and said, I did this. I knew better. I did not conduct myself like a woman. I did not protect myself. And because I did not protect myself, I'll drop the ball on protecting you. I didn't protect myself as a woman. So I brought you in a chaotic situation that you did not create. That was not your fault. That you didn't deserve. I should have made better decisions. I should have made sure if I was going to go raw and not use protection, it was going to be from a man who was going to take care of you, who was going to love me and be there for the both of us. I ain't too many sisters going there. Y'all not going to go there. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You're going to make yourself look like the victim. You're going to make the child's father look like the villain. This has gone on for centuries. Sisters ain't gonna own a. They're not gonna own a efforts. They're not gonna own it. They're not gonna claim it. You know, the only thing they're gonna claim is child support and food stamps. Other than that, they're not gonna take no accountability on where they failed and where they went wrong as the adult in the situation. And again, what amazes me is you sisters that are riding for women who make these type of decisions. This is why, as Black women, we are struggling to make better decisions because we're always defending each other's shenanigans. I have lost a couple of female friendships over keeping it real with them because they wanted me to basically co-sign on a bull. They wanted me to cheerlead for them. They wanted me to cape for them. And I'm like, no, you was wrong for how you handled that situation. Why would you get pregnant knowing you and him, y'all not even on good terms? Y'all don't have a healthy relationship. I have had friendships that I have lost because I told them something that they did not want to hear. A lot of I've come to the realization that most Black female friendships are usually longevity because they both have learned to just lie to each other and pat each other's backs, even when it comes to making ratchet ass decisions. Oh, girl, it's okay. It's okay. You got knocked up for the third, fourth time by a no good ass dude who already taking care of the other three, and you got pregnant on him the fourth time. Oh, it's okay to not be married and be another baby mom again. We're always encouraging each other to make shitty decisions. And this is the reason why as Black women we struggle so much. We struggle. We make our life more hard and difficult and complicated because we're not willing to humble ourselves and learn to live within our truth. The truth is you chose this. You made this decision. You cannot get mad at nobody but yourself. Sometimes the hardest person to face is the woman you have to look at when you look in the mirror. Because that's the woman that's making your life difficult. That's the woman that's making your life complicated. A lot of you sisters need to go stand in front of a mirror and talk to that sister who you keep putting in the same worst predicament all of the time. You need to face her and let her know that you are sorry for disappointing her, that you are sorry for letting her down, that you are sorry for not protecting her. A lot of you Black women, we owe an apology to ourselves for letting ourselves down, for disappointing ourselves, not protecting ourselves. You need to be upset and angry with that woman you see in the mirror, not the baby daddy, not your mama who didn't raise you, who you felt wasn't there for you. We could play victim all day long, ladies, but guess what? It's not going to help us heal. Long as we keep trying to find place blame by pointing fingers at other people, we stunt ourselves from growing. As long as I can keep telling everybody what they have done wrong to me, that helps me to escape what I need to do for myself to better myself as a woman. And that is the problem with the Black community. It's too many of us. We want everybody else to be held accountable for our actions, but we won't hold ourselves accountable. Yeah, and for you guys out there, if you're in a situation with a woman and you feel like she's deceiving you about a child, don't wait as long as this man did. Don't wait 3 years. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe he just finding out somebody brought it to his attention. I'm not sure what made him prolong it. But if you have a feeling, if you know this woman has dealt with another man on you and you want to be with her anyway, I advise you to DNA that child, especially if y'all been separated off and on or whatever, and in and out and up and down. If you know she's not the kind of woman that's going to sit there and keep her legs closed every time y'all fall out and y'all go y'all separate ways, you may want to DNA that child because it's not fair to the child. It's not fair. And it's unfortunate that children have to suffer because you got two adults that's too lazy and too slow at resolving these type of issues. It only continues to progress. It grows like a tumor. So, in my whole opinion, I do not have any sympathy for this chick because she knew better. Okay, and it's her fault her child is going to be without a daddy. It is not that man's fault. She lied to that man. Y'all can sit up here and co-sign on these fuckery shenanigans all y'all want. I'm not defending another black woman just because she's a black woman. I'm not defending her because she's a mother. Oh, she's a mom. That's not right. The children don't deserve that. I'm not co-signing another black woman just because she's a black woman. If you're doing some dumb stuff, guess what? You're not going to have my vote. You're not going to have my support. I don't care what the color your skin is. And it's time for black women to start putting other black women in check. Stop lying to these bras. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all do it all the time. Y'all go in these comments and y'all sit up here and y'all try to pet these grown ass women on their back. Y'all trying to pamper them and baby them. Oh, it's okay, sis. Move on without him, sis. You can do better, sis. No, she could have done better for herself. And I'm just so over it. I'm tired of sisters up here always co-signing on the fuckery shenanigans. And this is the reason why we have so much going on in our lives, because we are not owning our sugar honey iced tea. We're not owning it. Okay, we want to make people own what they supposed to do, but we don't want to own what we supposed to do. So, this sis, you don't get my vote, hun. Go find your real baby daddy. Okay, go back home, move in with mama, whatever. Start all over and rebuild your life. Raise your daughter. Try to find your real baby daddy. Let him connect with that child while she's still young. She's 3 years old, so you still got time, okay? Go find the real pappy. With that being said, it is your girl, your diva and knowledge lady Mocha. Don't forget to hit that like button, y'all. Do that like button. Hit it right now before you leave. It only takes a second out of your time, and I'm not charging you any money to hit that like button. For those who want to donate in my brand, cash at me to DymondGyrl, DymondGyrl, or you can PayPal me at paypal.me/Cafe de Paris. If y'all are interested in cable, don't forget I also sell cable. I got 10,000 channels for only $26 a month, plus free pay-per-view events included. All you have to do is cash at me $26 once a month, and you will have 10,000 channels worth of services. I'm out, y'all. Love you guys. Later to all my ladies out there, to all my sisters, I love y'all too. Take care. It is your diva and knowledge signing off.